I'm Asia, and this is a Q&A video. Welcome to our channel, 부산영어방송 BFM, and if you're new, I'm the Tuesday host of the BFM radio show. I was born and raised in South Korea, but I'm currently attending a university in Canada. My full name is Asia Lee Campbell. My first name is Asia. So if you say it in Korean, my Korean name is Campbell Eishia, but then a lot of people call me Campbell, and that's understandable, but Campbell is my last name, and my idim is Asia. My parents wanted my name to sound as similar as possible, like the English and the Korean. That's why you just call it Eishia. I know, like if you think of Asia, you think of the continent, but apparently it's a Greek origin. Okay, let's see. I have my iPad to help me here. So Asia means the place where the sun rises. So to them, it symbolizes new beginnings, hopes, and a bright future. So my parents gave me this name with the hope that I would grow into someone who brings light and hope to others and embraces the world with an open heart. So yeah, that's where my name comes from. I was born in 2007, Gen Z. Anyway, I am turning 19 this November. Korean age, I believe I'm 20 something, but I'm just gonna go with 19 because I want to be a teenager forever. Another question that I had was, what's my MBTI? It changed a lot. In Canada, MBTI isn't that big, so I haven't kept up to date with that, like what my MBTI is. I used to be like ISTJ, but that's been like 5 years and a lot can happen in 5 years. I think I'm half and half. I'm both extroverted and introverted. I definitely am a J. I'm not as spontaneous. I can be a spontaneous person, but I would also plan everything. So I'm more of a planner. So honestly, I don't even know what my MBTI is. How did I become a radio show host for 부산영어방송 BFM? So this goes way back to 2016 and 2017. I entered a letter writing / speech contest to the Korean War veterans, and I won. Thank you very much. I got to go to England, Belgium, and the Netherlands to meet the Korean War veterans. And after that, every time the Korean War veterans came to Korea, I was there. So I was interviewed a lot when I was younger, like when I was like 9 or 10 years old, because they're like, who's that little girl who has the military uniform and who's talking to the Korean War veterans? So BFM basically interviewed me. And later on, once I became 17, maybe, they asked me, like Busan City asked me, hey, so we're starting this new radio show, All Star English. Would you like to be one of the stars? Like, would you like to be the host? And I'm like, yes. So yeah, I've been doing that so far, but then I had to go to a university in Canada. So I've been filming the short form videos and YouTube videos once a month. And now that I'm back in Korea for a vacation, I am hosting the Tuesday shows. Before I used to do the Monday shows. 개인적으로 이루고 싶은 것, 앞으로 어떤 일을 하고 싶은지, that is a lot. That is very broad, and I'm currently studying medical sciences at Dalhousie University. In Korea, that would be 의예과, but it's not 의대. It's not medical school. So in Korea, once you graduate high school, you go into medical school right away. But in Canada, it's not like that. After you graduate high school, you have to attend a undergraduate program for 3 to 4 years. It depends on what program you're in, but it doesn't need to be necessarily anything medical related. A lot of people do biology or chemistry or biochemistry, and then they have to take the MCAT, get a really good score, go through MMI, which is like the interview process for medical school, and then they go to medical school. So yes, I want to be a doctor someday, specifically a pediatrician, but it might change. But I really like working with kids, and also being close with the Korean War veterans made me realize that just by talking to them and listening to their stories, I helped them mentally. So now I would like to help them physically too. That's why I initially decided to become a doctor, and of course because of my Papa, my grandpa. He was my best friend, and yeah, I enrolled in an online high school based in the US to graduate early and to help him out because he had heart issues. But yeah, I wasn't fast enough, but I'm now in the mindset that I would like to help other grandparents too, because like I just think like patients, they're not just patients, they're someone's family. So yeah, that got really sad fast, but that's why I want to become a doctor. So yeah, I guess my goal is to read a lot, because like reading is like experiencing all these different things without actually having to do it. So I think my goal is to read a lot, become a doctor, own a coffee machine, a really, really one, and being there for my friends. I think I feel more joy in buying my friends stuff than buying myself stuff. I like it when my friends are happy. And someday, I'd like to write my own book. I think if I write something, it would definitely be fantasy. Yeah, I want to be a fantasy author and own my own bookshop and a coffee shop and a flower shop someday. Anyway, 대학 공부 리얼 후기. University is not for the weak. Nobody prepared me for this. I might be wrong, but comparing my Korean friends and my Canadian friends, I find Korea is more like, and during high school, they study up a storm, and then the first year of university is more like, yay, we're free. But then in Canada, it's more like, high school is just high school, but then in university, we're like, lock in. Another big difference, like speaking of, is Korean universities check attendance. In Canada, we don't have that. Because like the lecture halls itself contain like 200 students. Like the professor can't remember every single student, you know? And I also think that the tuition, Korea is much, much cheaper than Canadian or American universities. Even like the dorm prices too. Another difference is cafeteria food. I find Korean cafeteria food is way better than Canadian cafeteria food. And I'm not just saying it because I was born in Korea and I like Korean food. I'm saying this like the quality of the food. Yeah, that's another difference. And 가장 기억에 남는 영화? 최근 자주 보는 영화. Well, I'm currently obsessing over the Star Wars series. Movies, not the TV shows yet. But my dad is a huge Star Wars, Star Trek kind of person. And before I wasn't much of a sci-fi person. But then I've started reading the Throne of Glass series. And I find I'm more used to fantasy. I like fantasy more now. So I'm obsessed with Star Wars. Do or not do, there is no try. Yoda. I definitely like all of the Star Wars movies, but one of my favorite is Pride and Prejudice, the 2005 version. I think that's definitely one of my favorite movies. Ooh, and Mall Cop. I think that's hilarious. 인생 책. That's a hard question. I would say definitely Divine Rivals. Do I have it? I do. I read this 2 summers ago. That's probably my favorite book and my favorite series. It used to be ACOTAR, but now it is Throne of Glass. Please read it. There is no other fantasy like that in this world. I'm going to be so sad once I finish this series because I only have 1 book left. Oh, 최근 읽고 있는 책? Right now I'm reading this, The Silent Patient. Ta-da! My biggest 2 readers, but anyway, Silent Patient, and I'm only like 10% in it, but I really like it. Do you know the feeling where you're reading a book and you're like barely into it, but then you're like, oh, I am going to love this book. So yeah, I'm reading this, and then probably after this, I'm gonna read Kingdom of Ash. And another cool question was that people asked me if I read Korean books. I do read more English books than Korean, but I do read Korean books too. I think these are my top Korean books. 우리는 여전히 삶을 사랑하는가? By Eddie Prum. Well, this is technically not a Korean book, but I read it in Korean. It's a philosophy book that one of my co-MCs from 누가 잘하나? 이광엽 아나운서님 from KBS gifted me. This is another favorite, 모순 by 양 기자님. This also another co-MC, 진현 아나운서님 gifted me. And I really like this book. I even kind of drew the characters. And then another book that I like. Well, I read it in Korean, but it's not a Korean book. It's 여름 by Edith Wharton. As you can see, I really like the book. I think I liked the writing style. Lastly, my all-time favorite. I think I read this thing like 6 times throughout the years. Like, I think the first time I read it was 2019, and then I've been reading it since. This was gifted by Kim Jong-hyun 아나운서님. This book really helped me change my perspective. I guess it helped me love myself a little more and how I saw my relationships with people. So those are my stack of Korean books that I really wanted to introduce. 이거 I see a lot of comments about 개인 유튜브 채널이라 브이로그 업로드 생각 없는지. I am so sorry. I can't. Just because like I'm already having a tough time posting 1 video a month, and I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but as a person who's always in bed reading, I don't have content in my life. So yeah, maybe someday, but don't count on it. Sorry guys. 꿈에서 사람들이 영어로 말하나요? 한국어로 말하나요? Actually, a lot of people ask me this question, but I think English. 여름에 쉬기 좋은 핫스팟. Home. Bed. AC. Ice latte. Chef's kiss. Love it. 어떤 음식 좋아하는지. 떡국, 시락국, 돼지 두루치기, 미역국, 밥, 김, 새콤한 김치. I have a tendency to be obsessed with one food and I eat it until I get tired of it. So I can't eat Kraft dinner anymore. Not a big fan of ramen because I ate it too much. But I definitely like Korean food. Or scones, maybe? That's a Western food. Eggs. I can eat eggs all day. 한국어, 영어 중 편한 언어는 I think mixing, but I do find that lately I've been speaking more English just because like my life has been English and I read in English. So any kind of science or my emotions, I just find English a bit more easier. I don't know. Okay, that's it for me. If you guys have any further questions, leave it in the comments. I'll definitely check it out. And my next video is definitely gonna be exotic. I'm just gonna give it away like a tiny preview spoiler. I feel like Tom Holland spoiling everything. But I hope you guys still like me. Have a great day.